Remember to drink this time. Good afternoon, Shaggy SoCal 2 for Forza, and time for the final track guide for the Mazda 323. Second race this coming Thursday is going to be at Lime Rock Full Circuit Alt, so both chicanes. There's actually been quite a few changes at Lime Rock where I'm kind of going, oh, some of my references that I had in Forza 7 aren't there anymore. So I'm kind of relearning some of this myself. So again, kind of still doing combination, track guide, my own practice race, and then, troubleshooting static issues, streaming Twitch through the Xbox. So what we're going to do is I'm going to run a couple of out laps, just to kind of make sure I got my ducks in a row. Then I'll do the track walk where I kind of break down what I'm seeing and what I think will work around here. Certainly that opinion may change as I get into then the second half of the stream, where I'm going to kind of run a mock race with what I think is about race distance. So enough talking. Let's get into driving here. So we're at Lime Rock again. For the track guide portion of it, I'm going to run just kind of ideal conditions, and then we'll see what we get into the mock race. But what I want to do first is I want to make sure I'm on the medium tire with a half tank, which I am. Good, because I think that's a good midway. Again, some of us running soft, some of us running hard, different fuel loads, so this will give a general impression. So let's go ahead and start the race. The final chicane, I'm still trying to sort this one out. Braking right, where the track crosses over, back through. Gonna be aggressive on that curbing. I'll discuss how much of it you can really use. Should be able to go flat through the final corner. Again, you want to unwind the wheel out and just take advantage and get as much acceleration down the front straightaway as you can. Brake at the board just past the light pole, down to third, maybe on entry. Probably about halfway through, I'm going to go down to second. The late apex here. Now, my ideal line right now, next turn, is I like to set up a little bit wider than the line suggests, because I like doing the late apex. Second gear, a little lift out of the throttle back on, then up to third. Helps get the car into that corner. Here's the tree I'm so used to looking for is gone. But the turn in is a little much, you can be much more aggressive on the turn in than what the game suggests. Because ideally, I'm going to go straight up the hill through that first chicane. Brake just at the cones there. I like doing a little bit later of an apex, maybe. Ooh, that's going to be at like 8 tenths. Yep. So yeah, that final chicane, you cut that last part too much, it's going to really bite. So we'll do one more lap, and then I'll do the slow lap. Fronts give up. If you go in too hot and the fronts give up, you're just out to dry. Remember, I need to wait to shift up to third. I'm just carrying so much speed through there. Probably more than I need to, especially when I get on the hard tires, it's going to be worse. All right, so let's do the quote-unquote track walk. So fourth gear coming down the front straightaway. Again, the static reference points I'm using is this final light pole here. As I cook the front tires, is that final light pole that's just behind the current lap time. I'm trying to spot that as early as I can just to keep it in peripheral. It's, for me, then the ideal braking that seems to line up with suggested braking line is light pole passes. It's I can see it now because I'm stopped, but it's the two board. But usually the reference is light pole goes by the very next braking board if it's still there. That's where I'm going to be getting on the braking, especially if I'm drafting somebody. I won't always see the braking boards, but that light pole should be visible, even if let's say I'm on the inside and I'm trying to set up a pass. So brake, 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 brake. So fourth gear, I'm going down to third, mainly because to pop it to second is going to spike the revs, at least initially going in. Um, Again, turn one is a long. The first half of it is just a nice symmetrical corner. It's the second half that tightens up a little bit. So maybe about halfway through, I'm going to drop it down to second. Look for a late apex. The suggested line is actually pretty good here. As a reference, as far as late apexing that, let the car come out to the left side, starting to bring it across to the right. Now, for me, I'm still working on, again, the timing line, for the sector times on practices is a good reference point. Unfortunately, it's never there during the race. Excuse me. So a lot of times, what I've always been kind of looking for, and we'll see, it's like sometimes I can try and spot the if you see the speaker pole, but the pole that's got the loudspeaker at the top of it, that's right before the tent, that's usually a good reference. The tent might actually be a good reference peripherally. It's like as that's starting to go out of view, that's probably a good time to hit the brakes if you can't see the braking line. But this is also, at least right now, where I differ a little bit from the suggested line. Suggested line wants you hugging, pretty much hug in, into this inside of the corner. I tend to set up a little bit wider so that I can then turn in late apexes. So I'm not sure. We'll see how my line evolves on the hard tires through the mock race. But ultimately, whichever line you take through here, I do want to be to the left side at this point, setting up for the next turn. Second gear, and this is the other thing I'm struggling with. Usually it's high enough in second gear that I'm tempted to just instinctively go to third before turn in. With this car, it's probably best to wind it out in second, lift the throttle, or get into the corner in second, and maybe pop it to third at apex or on exit. So we'll see how that plays out for me on the hard tires. Again, the tire compound's probably also going to dictate, how much speed you're going to carry into the corner, how much grip you have, and you might, the softer tires, you might be better to pop it into third, before turning. So let the tires kind of guide what works best for you. Heading down the what is it, the not so straight, I might clip that curving a little bit. I'm going to set up for the left side. So here's my problem. Forza 6 and Forza 7, there was a tree that was strategically placed, whether it was there in real life or not, that seemed to line up perfectly with kind of using as a reference point that I either have to brake as I get to it or I brake as it goes past. That tree's not there anymore. And I haven't found anything yet that I can kind of use as a peripheral reference if I can't see the braking line. So I'm relying on the braking line at this point until I find something else. Because the what is that? Is that tire barrier, or just whatever that covering on the Armco there is too far up to use as a reference. So I'm going to be a slave to the braking line right now. But I'm going to be a slave to the braking line to tell me when to brake. But I'm going to kind of go against it as far as the turn in for the chicane. So it's going to be brake, 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 brake. What I'm looking at here is, if you look on the right side, and I haven't, again, because I'm only looking at it peripherally, I can't really see the detail of exactly which one it is. I think it's the scaffolding that's there. I just kind of see like a brown object. When that goes out of view, and maybe it is the corner worker covering there, the game wants you to do a lot of straight line braking and then turn in late and then kind of left and right up the hill, through there. That's not the fastest line. So if you want to be a little riskier and a little more aggressive on turn in, for me on hood view, when that goes out of view, when I see that go out of view, I know I'm going to be off the brake. I'm going to be turning in. So I'm going to actually go to turn it a lot earlier. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and straddle this because you can use a hell of a lot of curbing through here and not get time penalty. But what my intent is, if I do it right, is at this point, when I'm at the apex here, I'm almost pointed straight up the hill. So I'm actually going to hit the curbing, hit the curbing, hit the curbing, and then maybe kiss the really steep curbing cresting the hill. But curve, I'm just going to go straight, straddle, basically straddle the red, almost. Curving, look at that, no time penalty up. Maybe I have to bring it to the right a little bit so I don't hit the curbing there because that will tilt the car. But that's what I'm going to be trying to do on the curve, on that uphill. You're turning, you can turn a little bit earlier, a little bit more aggressive than what the line suggests. So that also then, if you get used to doing that line on your own, just be aware that not everybody's going to do that during the race. So, gauge your gaps accordingly. You might be one of those that, as you gain experiences, like if you realize just how much of a run you get out, then maybe you time the gap so that you can do your ideal line through there and not have the car in front of you kind of hold you up, and then you can get the run of cresting the hill and pass them into the next corner. So this next corner, I'm still trying to figure out. At least I think I have the braking right. So if you can't see the braking line, and assuming that cones may or may not be there, if you can't see the braking line, you're going to want to brake just as you kind of reach where the main course kind of turns right. That's a good place to go. Yeah, when you see that point, you're going to brake right about here. I'm not really looking at the left side to know if there's something. Let's back it up here. Oh, rewind disabled. Okay. I'm not looking at the left side to know, like, oh, is that the Liquimali sign? Because I'm trying to, my eyes, I need to be looking right, so I'm going to try and find something on the right side if I can't see the line. But enough harping on that. So brake, down to second gear. I'm still the ideal line. I think my problem right now is I'm still carrying too much speed into the corner that when it really comes time to tighten up and turn, I'm sliding the front end. So I'm still experimenting with the line to get to this point. But what I'm trying to do is I want to try and use the curbing here. This is the ideal line. I have nowhere near the ideal at this point. But what I'm trying to do is if I can get on the curbing here, where I'm pointed straight at the next set of curbing, kind of lines up with the gazebos or the tent there on the far side, is I want to get that line so that I'm just kind of doing a quick left, get on back onto the main course to head down the hill. So you can use a lot of curbing here. Now for the final curbing, I'm going to stop just shy of it. If you notice, you have the main slightly whiter colored curbing, I'll call it the outside curbing. You can abuse that. It's this inner curbing, that kind of fills in the apex. That inner curbing, the track limit line is in that the inner part of the white curbing. So ideally you can straddle it there without getting the time penalty, but here's the risk. And I got 8/10 for my trouble. If you happen to go just a little bit too far to the inside, there's the off track. So I'm trying to take it as straight as I can, minimize the steering through it, so I am going to be flirting with time penalty. But when I get back out on when I get out of that corner, get out of that chicane, I'm going to let the car come out to the right side, bring it back to the left, and then down the hill. Now this car, we're not carrying, because of the chicane, because of the car, we're not going to be carrying near enough speed where I don't think any of us are really going to have to worry about trying to brake for the final corner. And in most cases, we probably all can take it flat. I've been at this point, I've not even been using the inside curbing. because there just seems to be enough grip. We'll see how I am on the hard tires. But again, as you practice and you're going through the final corner, really be conscious of unwinding the wheel. And like if you're finding you're coming out of the corner and then the car hooks a little bit and you find that you're, half a car width off, from the left side, you probably can unwind the wheel a little bit sooner. And again, it's the sooner you can get the wheel, the less steering input you have in the car, especially when you're on throttle, the more the less speed you're going to scrub, but the car is going to then accelerate, quicker. Might make the difference between, it might help you get a draft on somebody, it might help you give you that little bit more of a oomph out of the corner onto the front straight. Because I think most of our passing is going to be, using that final chicane, using the final corner to set up the pass, get alongside down the front straight into turn one. But that's a lap of Lime Rock. So what we're going to do now is let me get out of here. And again, because I'm still experimenting with tech support and troubleshooting and staticky issues, I'm just going to go ahead. Let's go exit. We're going to go to the event menu. I'm just going to pop out. I'm going to pause the stream, again, with the whole static issue, if it crops up. Usually they say pausing your stream and starting it, and usually resets it. Still would like somebody to try and fix it, but we'll do what we do. We'll do what we can. So give me 1 second. I'm going to pause. I'll be right back. And we're back. And I'm going to reset the mic in case that causes things to go out of sync. The other thing I didn't do is I didn't check 115. Oh, it's actually about the same. That's fun. It's about the same lap time as Hockenheim. So roughly. So that'll tell me how many laps to do. Okay. So let's go ahead and switch this over to the race. So we're going to load saved options. Nope. Yeah. So we're going to load the Hockenheim because that's got most of the settings. But we're going to change this to Lime Rock. Park. Full circuit alt. Yep. 25 laps. Starting time of day. Random. Rolling 24. Weather. Random. Though if it rains, I've got to re-roll. Okay, that pretty much sets that. And let's just go here and just make sure we have everybody do a mandatory pit stop, and that we are doing standing start random. Okay. Except wait, cancel. I just want to make sure I've got 23 driver tires. Okay. Let's accept those options. Let's see what our time of day and weather is. Time of day is okay. Weather.
Lime Rock's bus stop on the back straight is a short box-shaped chicane where you'll need to find your rhythm turning through 4 quick directional changes.
Box-shaped chicane. 4 directional changes. No, it's 1. Then you go straight. Let's do event setup. I'm going to re-roll the weather. So random. Yep. Where are we going now? That's nice. What tires removed? Dense fog. Okay, dense fog at 6 p.m. This is going to be fun. It's going to be interesting. All right, 25 laps, Lime Rock. Let's see what happens. And I am starting at the back. That's fine. Fine by me. Oh, shit. Pardon my French. I forgot to set my tire and fuel. I need to run hard tires at 100%. Otherwise, practice is useless for me. Hard tire 100%. Okay. And I'll watch. Now it's going to put me up front. Looks like I'm about mid-pack. Yeah. So I'm going to take the risk and move to the right, and hopefully I don't get killed. There's Bruce's car there on my left. Okay, you guys go ahead of me, because half of you are going to go off in turn one anyway. Start. Because of the traffic, I'm going to kind of take the line, the suggested line, because the game, you know, drivetrain's got to sort things out. Now let's start working our way through. Should be stretched out enough. Be a little bit more aggressive on passing. Still to my left on the outside, but can you drop back? Alright, so inside a drift. Don't think I'm going to make a move here. I'm going to just take it easy. Nice run down here. Into the main side. But I could have used that curving on the way up the hill. That's kind of the line I was playing around with at the start, just taking a much wider arc. Let's see what happens when I get on my own finally. Inside, just to take a look. That's bad on my part. Why are you braking there? Bruce. That's not the fastest way through that corner. Impressive. Confidence lift there. Okay, definitely got the run now. Okay, headlights would be nice anytime now. Helps a little. Still gotta work on that. I'm still doing a lift there to get the car into the corner, and then kind of once I get past the apex, ooh, slide. Okay. Yeah, but once I get to the apex, then I'm rolling right back on. Wow, is it dark? Oh, that's gonna be like a second.
Total time penalty is about 2.5 seconds.
Wow. Okay. Definitely might want to be a little more conservative in that chicane at night. Do it better this time. That's a little bit better. I had to check out because I realized a little too late that I wasn't gonna. I didn't have enough time to move to the left and not have to get out of the throttle. It all worked out. Nobody died. Yeah, and be careful on that outside curb there. I mean, I've been flirting with it, but it does tend to cause the back of the car to just step out a little bit. It was way too late. Nice thing is, unlike Hockenheim, curbs are a bit friendlier here. Almost went into turn one a little too much speed because the front end started to wash, and it's like, please don't go off the track. Turn in, I mean, with following the braking line, you know, turn in is about when you hit the bottom of the hill that levels out. Yeah, I'm not gonna chance that. It is about, for me, braking is about when the white tent starts to go out of view. I'm gonna back off a little bit, because again, I think with the approach I take, I'm gonna get a much better run up the hill. Okay, so I could have been a little closer and be in a position to maybe take a shot as I overcook the entry. Should get the run. I am on the inside, but I'm going to diamond this a little bit when we get to braking. I'm already going to kind of put it across that first apex. Nicely done. Car held it. Box this lap. That pit lane at night is going to be interesting. Place your bets. Can I get into the pits on full throttle without hitting the... no, Ron's gonna pit. I know he's not. I was going to. It's like I don't want to get caught up if an AI guy's going into in the pits as well. So all right, we'll pit this lap. Oh, come on! That's the other danger. If you go in too hot and the fronts give up, it's you're not going to find out until way late that you're not going to make the corner. right there on the turn, and it's still better than Ron's drive guitar there. Tapper smash. A little early. The first is better there. Little confidence lift. All right, let's see. God, you can just about see the pit entry. Hard tires, skip. So yeah, I still say the quicker you can get your menu set on your pit stop, I think you have maybe a slight advantage on the way out. But all right, let's see what happens on the pit exit. Please keep me. Not too bad. So it will keep you to the right side of the blend line, and then just brake as you get to the Samposi bridge there, and you should be good to go. I hope this is not the race conditions we have on Thursday. Gotta run. Gear might be preferable there. I still kind of like second, but I look at the pit sign and start moving over towards it. I'm like, no, I'm on the straightaway. I don't need to turn. Just not sure what you're doing there, bro. Just a Drivatar having all sorts of problems. I'm still debating first gear there. It might be the advantage of just having it in the higher gear, having a little bit more, having the car be a little bit more nimble, might be better. Oh yeah, the car is just all sorts of push in turn one. The line. Now lap time. Well, I boogered turn one, so it's hard to say. Just looking at lap times, whether it's first gear is faster or not, because track rubbering, weather conditions. Yeah, car is just pushing. We must be really in the middle of the night with cold track. A little bit late. Thankfully, turn one is the only, at least middle of the night, cold track. Turn one's the only one that's a problem as far as the car wanting to understeer. If you don't get your braking done right, so maybe do a little bit heavier on the braking this time. Yeah, see, I'm plowing a little bit. Something to think about. First and second right there. They both have to pit still. Leave room inside for Ron there. Oh, not that much room. Take a look. Almost there. Ooh. Avatar is just. I'm turning in. guess they haven't pitted yet.
3 more.
That's going to be another big one.
Total time penalty is about 3.5 seconds.
8/10 isn't too bad. I could have opened the steering up a little bit more, but yeah. If we're racing at night at Lime Rock here, just turn one. If the front's let go, it's not going to tell you until it's almost too late. So you just pay attention.
Final lap. You got this.
Of course I got this. It's Forza Drivatars. Oh, that was very early. I was worried about getting the time penalty there. Okay, well, I survived. So that's Lime Rock full alt in this Mazda 323. So yeah, so from the track guide portion, I think I was doing it in second gear for that final chicane, but first actually probably is better, just to give you a little more maneuverability out. And yeah, watch the entry of turn one if we're racing at night, because yeah, it loses grip, but it's so subtle that you won't notice it on the initial turn in. It's like it's not until you get about halfway, you hit that midpoint between the exit of the first turn and then setting up for the second turn. That's when the car just seems to want to keep pushing wide. So again, that's at night seemingly. So hopefully, knock on wood, we don't have to race at night here because it's really dark as well. With that, I'm going to call it a Sunday. Hope you guys are having a great weekend, and we'll see you on Thursday. Happy racing. Oh wait, I have to see myself on the podium again. Ah, and I still didn't change my driver gear. I'm going to have this little pre-race post-it note, check your tires, check your driver gear. Yeah, I win. All right, so Hope you guys have a good weekend. See you Thursday. Happy racing.